Hey guys, it's Justin again with another video. This is going to be the real grade Evangelion Unit 00. This is kind of a new process for me. I'm trying to streamline my building as well as spending less time having to edit things. So I'm going to be kind of freestyling a little bit of this. So the overview of this project is I approached the build a little bit differently. I went ahead and I clipped all the pieces out off the runners, cleaned them up, did everything that I needed to do, and I bagged everything by the color that it was going to be painted. So all the yellows, the different shades and stuff, the metallic, the frame, everything else was all kind of bagged individually. And the plan going forward is I'm going to try and paint this, one section at a time. That way I don't have to worry about trying to color match the leg to the chest or whatever. I can just focus on one color, one set of pieces at a time, and if I have to step away for a while, it's easier to come back rather than normally where I would work on, again, say the leg and finish that and then have to figure out what colors I used way later on down the line. So I'm going to speed up the clip here, but this is how we got started. So just going through all the bags and stuff, we went ahead and cut everything out. We put everything in bags. It's all separated. I even wrote down what runner each bag contained just in case I ran into any problems. And yeah, pretty straightforward. Another thing here is I want to give a quick shout out to Mechawarehouse. This is where I got this kit. If you're interested in picking up this model or any other models, Gundam or otherwise, go ahead and check them out. We have a coupon code for Mechawarehouse. It's Justinius 10. I'll put that on the screen. That will save you 10% on your entire order. They're one of my favorite Gundam shops around, so it's awesome that we get to be sponsored by them. So go check them out. Alright, so here we have the only footage you're going to see of me priming anything. I think most of the model was primed in gray, with the exception of anything that was going to be fluorescent. I think I painted those with a white primer to get started. But priming process is about as straightforward as you think it would be. Just lay down one or two light coats, make sure everything's dry and smooth, sand out any imperfections if there are any, and hit it with another coat until you're satisfied with where it's at. Okay, so for our white paints, this is actually like a really light gray. Originally I was going to mix my own. I was going to use a little bit of a really light gray with some white and then like maybe a drop or two of blue in it just to kind of add a little bit of coolness to contrast with the yellow. But while I was going through my paints, I found a bottle of Gaia. I believe it's Gray 1, or maybe it's warm gray or warm white, something like that. It's one of those really light gray colors. It was like a perfect match, so I went ahead and used that instead. But here, just like the primer, we're just going to lay down a couple light coats of that, make sure that we let it dry, and then apply a second coat over top so that it's nice and smooth. Alright, so next up we've got our medium gray pieces. This is a majority of anything that isn't yellow, I believe. I think this is just a Tamiya paint. It's just a nice looking kind of medium gray color. I thinned it down using Mr. Color Thinner and kind of went on my way. Same process. Next up, we've got our red. As you can see, there was a little bit of a spill when I was mixing all this together, but don't worry about that. So red is a little bit more of a transparent color by nature. Its pigment is it doesn't cover as well as other colors seem to. So this one you're going to have to do maybe 2 or 3 coats just to get good coverage. But we're going to use the same process. We're going to go ahead and do that nice and slow, let that dry, build up that progression, and get that color nice and solid. Next we've got yellow. This yellow is a mix of Tamiya yellow, a little bit of orange, just a little bit, and then just a drop or 2 of red. Now that seems probably like a lot, but it's mostly yellow and orange just because I don't want that banana yellow. I want like a kind of orangey yellow. In spraying this, it looks like I'm going really heavy-handed, like watching back this clip, but it worked out well. Just try and keep those coats nice and thin. Next up, we went ahead and started working on the frame. Absolutely had to jump in here over a black primer with my all-time favorite Alclad paint. This is Alclad Steel. It's a really nice dark metallic paint. It looks great on inner frames and guns and all kinds of stuff, so check that one out. Next up, we've got another Alclad paint. This is a bright silver candy base over bare plastic, as per the bottle's instructions. Just a couple layers of this creates a really nice, almost metallic mirror-like sheen. It's not perfect mirror, it's not like a chrome, but it's a very nice, bright, reflective silver. I really like it. And I just kind of use this to accent any of the frame that was going to stick out. So this is the maroon parts. There's only a couple of these. This was kind of weird for me, so I went ahead and just mixed some red into some purple and added a little bit of black just to kind of darken it down a little bit. Unless you have maroon paint, go for it. So this next one's going to be a little bit interesting. This is the pieces that go in between the shoulder and the neck. I went ahead, these were supposed to be like a kind of like a burnt orange color. I went ahead and base coated these in a fluorescent pink paint. I let that dry, and then I went ahead over with yellow to kind of shift things a little bit closer to that red spectrum. And it makes a really nice vibrant yellow-orange. So it's just something that would stand out a little bit more against the regular yellow. The next color we used is the only actual true acrylic on the entire model. This is Vallejo Mecha color fluorescent green. It's the only fluorescent green that I own. And I think that I kind of oversprayed it a little bit. It gave me a little bit of trouble, but we got it on there. We got it down. It's pretty even. It looks all right. Next up, we just got a black. I believe this is Tamiya, if that makes a difference. And our last color is just kind of a muted military style looking green for the gun. I don't know what the exact color I used here was, but anything that you like will do. And then we went ahead and gloss coated everything for decals. And now that all the pieces are painted, top coated, and all that good stuff, I'm not going to talk you through this too much, but we went ahead and just did some parts layouts and assembled the model in a good old time-lapse style fashion. So I'm going to shut up and let you guys enjoy this. I even left in my screw up where I put the knee joint in backwards. So I'll talk to you guys at the end. And with that, the model was finished. I waited a couple weeks actually to go ahead and finish some of the final details, such as panel lining. I forgot to do a video of me doing the decals, not that you don't know what that already looks like. I had a really good time building this. All the painting, the top coating, the assembly and stuff like that was done in a single day. It just took me a while to kind of build up the motivation to actually finish the project. But if you guys are interested in supporting this channel and what I do, there are some links down below, as well as checking out Mechawarehouse. If you, again, use my coupon code Justinius10, it'll save you 10% on your entire order. And that helps me out a little bit, lets Nick know that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do for him. So go over there and say hi, join our Discord channel, and hopefully you guys stick around for the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Later.